We are live. Hey everyone, we are live. You know what? I didn't swing my mic around. I hope everybody can hear me good. I just jumped right into this. Just had lunch with the family. We watched Robin Hood Men in Tights. I'd never seen it all the way through. My wife never seen it. My kid likes it. It's funny. Yeah, it's a pretty entertaining movie. Not one of Mel Brooks's best, but it was good. So, as always, I'm going to wait for a sign of life, and then I am going to start my show. I have a lot to talk about, you guys. A lot of cool stuff has been happening. Yesterday, man, we got a ton of stuff done. A lot of things happening. I've got to write all these things down. I'm going to show off a bunch of new stuff. One of those things I'm going to show is the proofs. We got the proofs for the CHRONO MECHANICS book from the printer, and it's moving forward, you guys. We are getting things done. I have some black and white trading cards I want to show off. I did some design work, and I'm putting those together for you guys. And I have some really good news, which I'm going to start it off with. And then I'm going to show off the black and white crowdfund that I'm doing right now, the black and white second chance to get the comic book, the original comic from the 1994 Image Comics run, remastered, redrawn, and giving you a second chance at it. So, yeah, Pamela told me last night, she's like, I can start shipping black and white books out now. And I was like, you can? And she said, I sure can. And she said, all I need is the trading cards. And so I was like, well, you got it. So I stayed up late last night. I put the trading cards together. I'm going to show those off to you guys. And so as soon as we get those cards printed, we can start fulfilling some of the tiers, not all of them, but we can start fulfilling some of the tiers. So she told me she can check, I guess she can lock you guys in. And so once that's done, then she can go into fulfillment on those orders. So she's going to start shipping out books ASAP, you guys. As soon as we get those cards back, she's going to start shipping those. So that is great news to anybody that's backed the black and white campaign. You're going to get your books soon. And thank you to everybody that has shouted it out, posted on their social media. I do appreciate it. And please keep doing that because it does help. This is all guerrilla marketing. I have no budget for advertising. So you guys are my advertising budget, and I do appreciate that. And thank you also for all the backing that you've done. This has already exceeded what I thought this campaign was going to do. I think I'm going to show the campaign so you guys have a point of reference, and then I'm going to circle back around to the trading cards, and then I'm going to get into some CHRONO mechanics. I think in that order. I hope I can remember. Okay, so let's do this. Oh, you know what? I haven't even said hi yet. I got way too many things on my brain. We got Kevin. How are you, man? How are you? Yo, boy. Yay. We got Pedro. What's up, man? I met you on a live stream the other day, and I saw your animation, your drawings. It looked pretty good, pretty darn good. I think you're going to try to put out a comic soon, do some crowdfund. So when it comes about, let me know, and I'll have you on the show because what I saw was pretty damn good. We have Adrian. How are you? How are you, my friend? Sketch Therapy. You got the proof copies? I sure as heck do. We have a couple notes that we're going to send back to the printer, but other than that, it all looks pretty good. So things are moving forward. What's up, Art and Chat? Working on them inks. Your advice was invaluable. No problem, man. No problem. And good luck with that. What is this? Generatorn? Yeah. I am watching EBS or what's going on. What is going on? I have no idea. We have Hybrid X. Hello, everyone. We have Victor Thomas. Hey. We've come to snuff a rooster. Oh, we got Todd's Truth. Todd always speaks the truth. Never a lie. Never a lie coming from that man. Hell, art. Let's see. Google a comic called Alien or Alan Ford might be helpful considering your art is animation centric. Oh, cool. Thanks. I will. Yeah. Send me those inks. That'd be cool to see. I like watches. Okay. Afternoon. Let's see what Kevin has to say. People can refund during funding, so maybe you should wait to fulfill until in demand. Pamela said that she can lock them in, so she can check it off, and then the backers can't change their orders. So once she checks it off, she can start fulfilling, and then she can send out, and the backer can't change the order at that point. They'll have to go through us, and then we can deal with it that way. At least that's how she explained it. So thanks for having my back on that. But I do believe that once she locks, like she checks it off, then it's locked in, and then she can fulfill them. And we can still refund. We can, but you would have to contact us personally to do it. And we've done refunds that way as well. But you can't refund yourself. I'll double check, Kevin, but I'm pretty sure that's how she explained it to me. Proof copies are a pivotal point in the process. Congratulations on the milestone. Yeah, Chrono is happening for sure. DKFC Gaming, Hell Art, Hell Chat, how are you? Robert Romano, congratulations, Art. I wish I had more a time machine to get my Chrono copy sooner. Hopefully we can take care of these problems, because one of the things that I would like to do with the printer is I want a second proof from them. So, but they're going to have to send it priority mail. They're going to have to print it out quick, and they're going to have to send it priority mail, because I just need to see some of the issues I have. I need to see those taken care of before we move forward. So I'm hoping it doesn't slow things down. And even if they don't pay for the priority shipping, which they should, because they're the ones who made the mistakes, I'll do it anyway, because I want to get those books. I want to get that proof back quick so I can see it, and then okay it, and then move into full production on the print run. Congratulations, Art. I already read that. Jeez Louise. People are getting canceled for flirting. That's what Caesar was talking about. Yeah, I just saw it. I just looked at it. I was watching it actually just before I started this live stream. It's insane. People have lost their minds. I'm doing a lot of live streams with people in Canada and Australia and England, and they all see it, man. It's a world phenomenon, and it's weird because it almost feels like the United States is the last on the list, for all these countries to be hit with all of this craziness. Because Corona here, where I live, when we moved here, it's still beautiful, but there's a railroad track over here, and so you would get some of the vagabonds or hobos, not so much bums, but transient types, and it's a different type of homeless. I think they're more, they travel and they get around, they do odd jobs and things like that. And so we would get some of them, and they would stay for a month or so, and then they would hop the rails and go on their way. But the homeless now are camping out, because we got hills around here, and they're setting up tents. Not even in the hills. They're like over at Ralph's, the supermarket. They're just living there. They're just living there, begging. They're at all the restaurants. My daughter works at a local coffee shop, and she sees them just peeing, around the perimeter and begging. Yeah, I mean, this area is turning into almost like a third world country. There's a lot of homeless and a lot of seemingly poverty that's happening. And I do believe that that is our new world order, as they say. So, and then cancel culture and all this other stuff. It's there's a lot of craziness happening right now. So you guys be good to each other. Yeah, take care and do the right thing. Dirt is a great album, but I love all the AIC albums, Facelift to Jar of Flies, Lane Stanley, my personal favorite, a vocalist of all time. Yeah, I know some of those names. Yeah, that's the Alice in Chains guy, right? Am I right there? Because yeah, Alice in Chains. It was weird because when Alice in Chains first came out, I thought, oh, these guys are trying to be Guns N' Roses, but in a lot of ways, like Guns N' Roses is a little more pop, like the music is a little bit more hooky, but Alice in Chains is kind of like some of the same ingredients, but done like harder. Yeah, I dig Alice in Chains. I think they're badass. These people are being canceled for flirting, are agreeing and acquiescing to being canceled. You choose to go along with the cancellation or not. Cancel it's a state of mind. Yeah. What was it? Who was the guy? He wrote like some kind of like, do you agree to these terms? This is how we should treat women in comics and all this shit. Like the virtue signaling is gross. This is this is sickening. It made me want to vomit when I saw that. It's like, holy shit, man. Just treat each other well. You don't have to like virtue signal with like some kind of grandstanding. We used to see through those people in a heartbeat and call them out. Now they're indulged. Homeless encampments in California are insane. It's insane. And our governor, our leadership, they don't seem to give a shit about it. And all they do is like, well, we should placate it. We should feel bad for them. We should feed them. No, man, there are people supplying brand new tents to them. They're building makeshift homes for them on the curb. You know, like actual wooden structures. It's nuts. That's not the answer. It's not the answer. Some of those people are there by choice. We have to admit that. There are people there by choice. And those people you can't help. There are some people that are there because of circumstances. And they do want to work, and they're honest, hardworking people. Those are the people we need to find, and those are the people we need to get to work. But also, there's no work here. They've managed to just destroy any kind of way to take care of yourself in this state. We used to have agriculture. We used to have aerospace. We used to have we had a military base. We had the naval shipyard. We had Hollywood. There were a lot of ways that you could make a living here in California. And I do believe all of those things are gone. All of those things are gone. Wait, before that, yeah, Alice in Chains, cool. Do you miss Tag? And any updates on her status? I don't really know. I think she she left here to go do tattoos. And then the pandemic hit, and I think she's locked in her apartment, trying to make ends meet again. So I'm not really sure what's happening with her. I wish her well, and I think she had a bright future in comic books, but it was her choice. Scott Snyder wrote the Code of Conduct. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you guys. And I think EVS said this. It's like the women that think that's cool, those are not real women. Those are women that they're not looking after, like normal things. They're not looking at meaningful relationship with men. They're not looking to settle down. They're not looking for anything substantial. They're looking for power, and they're looking for ways to lord it over others. It's fairly transparent from my point of view. but I can't believe people are getting caught up in it. Central Scrutinizer, yes. I have some houses and stuff. We've been my wife and I have been looking into other states and other places, and the money, the real estate here is really, really high, and we're in a good place as far as paying down this house. We owe very, very little. And so if we sold it, we could pretty much live anywhere in this country pretty well. So that's what we're looking at. And we're also looking for a place that has a future, not just for my wife and I, but for our kid, where there's actual employment and work, things like that, because there's not a lot here. My sister's in California, huge liberal. It's the worst. I find myself biting my tongue with her a lot. Yeah, I mean, I always thought of myself more as a liberal-minded person, but the more, the truth becomes apparent, I think I'm more just a moderate. I'm just kind of somewhere in between. I vote my conscience. What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Yeah, well, let me show you the campaign. Let me get back on track. We kind of went off on a tangent, but that's good. That's all good. It's all good in the neighborhood. All right. Well, here is the Black and White Volume 1 Second Chance campaign. So you guys have turned this into a major hit. It has exceeded my wildest expectations. I'm sorry, you guys. My mind is moving faster than my mouth right now. So yeah, we are 295 backers into this. We are just starting our second week. So this is day 8 of the campaign. So we are off to a great start. So thank you guys again for backing and giving shout outs and supporting this channel and this campaign. So this is definitely, you guys spoke when we closed down the first campaign and said you still wanted a copy. So we obliged. We put this second chance campaign together. We have pretty much everything that we had in the original campaign, with the exception of the ash cans. And let me know, you guys, if you want possibly, we can't do the 94 ash can because, that was printed in 1994, but we can do the 16-page ash can that we originally offered. We can go back to print on that. But I want to make sure before I start too many new printing ventures on this campaign that it's something that people want, because one of the things we do want is to fulfill this campaign pretty quickly. Like I was saying, Pamela wants to start fulfilling this campaign now. So if we have too many printables and things like that, then that's going to take a little bit more time. But all the new artwork is going to we are looking into getting it done now. Like I said, the trading cards, which I'll show you, are done, and those will go out to the printers ASAP. So what I did to set this campaign apart from the original is a new piece of artwork. So this is the Total Bot Annihilation artwork that I did along with the great Kyle Ritter. Kyle lent his skills and put some amazing colors down. I did desaturate him a little bit because that's kind of the black and white style. But this thing looks amazing, man. He hooked me up big time, and I could not be happier with this piece of artwork. So yeah, it's offered as a poster print. So it's not just like 11 by 17 poster print. This is 24 by 36. So this is a pretty substantial poster. It's going to be rolled up with care in an oversized tube. So it's not just going to be long to fit the size, but it's also wide. So one of the things my wife does is we used to ship the prints. If you go to my website, artbythibert.com, we sell prints and they're 11 by 17. So we first started sending those in smaller tubes, but we found that we had to kind of wind them a little tighter, and they were hard to get out. So my wife is always very conscious. My wife Pamela is very conscious of making things better and shipping them safer and in better condition. So she orders now these oversized, they're wider. So you don't have to roll these prints as tightly. And so they flatten out a lot easier, and they're easier to get out of the tube without damaging anything. So she's always thinking about those things for you guys to make it easier, and also just so this stuff ships in better quality, because nobody wants a dinged poster. And all the tiers, there's 3 books, and there's the print. That's the main body of the site of the campaign. So each one of those tiers comes with its own trading card, which I am going to show you guys. It varies a little bit from this artwork here. I just put this together real quick so we'd have a visual. But the card looks, the graphics came out. It's pretty cool, you guys. And it's a little different from this. I actually redid the whole black and white logo just for this card. And so here are some of the interiors. It's a 54-page graphic novel, square bound, and it's printed on upgraded interior paper and an upgraded cover stock. So the square bound is more like a prestige format graphic novel. I guess they used to call them prestige format books. I don't know if they do anymore. Maybe they just call them graphic novel square bounds. So yeah, here's some of the pages. So go check those out. The book is done. That's why we can ship it out now. So we had a limited amount of the variant, the original variant Grey Capullo cover. So after the original campaign, we had 130 of these books. So we offered them in this campaign. Did not think they would sell as quickly as they did. But they did. I think pretty much in the first 2 days, this was sold out. We only have a few more copies. Let me see how many we have left in the Killer Bot tier. So there's 14 sold, which means there's only 6 left. So there's only 6 left, and I think we have maybe 20 left that we will possibly be bringing those in later in this campaign, or we'll save those for volume 2. We're really not sure what we're going to do with the last 20 of the original Capullo variant. But what we did is we're going to print up a new variant, which is the Grey Capullo Virgin cover. And so that's going to be no logo and no typeset around the cover. And you can see from this image, it looks pretty killer. I don't know. I like things with logos, but I don't know. I like these both. Almost the same. I was on a chat, a live stream the other night, and we were talking about it, and everybody's in agreement where they like both types, and it all depends on how the logos are done and what the artwork is. So if the logos and stuff are put in and they look, organic, and they look like they're supposed to be there compositionally, people like it. And if the artwork is really good and it can hold up compositionally without a logo, they like that as well. So we just thought we would give you, just a second chance at the second chance. So that's got its own tier, the new Virgin cover. And so the third book is the black and white Vampirilla. This is kind of a like a commemorative cover, and it's not a black and white interior. It's a Vampirilla story. It's issue 1 of Vampirilla. So this is more of a commemorative cover. So Dynamite, my buddy Nick Barucci, contacted me. He said, "How would you like to do a crossover with your characters?" And I said, "Hell yeah, man! I mean, this is iconic. Anytime you can have your characters, standing next to a character that's 50 years." 50 years Vampirilla has been around. That's quite an honor. So it's Black and White's 25th anniversary and Vampirilla's 50th anniversary. So this kind of worked out pretty cool. And the colors are by the great Kyle Ritter as well. So then we have this. This is the original campaign goodies. So this is all the original stretch goals that we're going to put together, or we have put together as a tier. So you can get this as an add-on in checkout, or it's in the Killer Bots tier, which is the one that has the original Grey Capullo variant covers as well. And like I said, there's only 6 left. So it comes with the trading card, 3 buttons. We have the 2 embroidered patches. We have the mini print, and we have the double-sided bookmark, and we have the new edition, which is 3x3 black and white total bot annihilation sticker. So it's got the new artwork on that. So we're also talking to a manufacturer about putting those together now. So all of this stuff is happening, so you guys don't have to wait very long to get all your goodies. So like I said, you can get this original campaign goodies in checkout as an add-on. You can also get that Grey Capullo Virgin in checkout, or you can go to the Killer Bots tier, and you can get everything. You can get the 3 books, you know, you can get all the original, you know, the original campaign stretch goal goodies, and then you can get oh, and they all come signed. So everything comes signed. So and it comes with the poster. I'm sorry, it comes with the oversized poster. So the Killer Bot tier pretty much comes with everything except for, last but not least, the drawing. So this tier right here, the black and white volume 1 with drawing, it's 130, 8 claimed, and it's going to come with a nifty drawing, which I've been working on in my spare time, but I haven't been able to move forward on it too much because I'm in full campaign mode right now. So there's the Virgin cover, there's the Van Brilla cover, there's the Total Bot Annihilation poster print, and there is the black and white volume 1 book. And here is the featured tier, which is 3 comics plus poster. And this is at a discounted price, you guys. So there's a significant savings in this tier. That's pretty much it. And as always, man, thank you guys so much for this. This is, oh man, it just went up. You guys are the best. Wow. This has been going up by almost like increments of 1,000 per day. So that's pretty phenomenal. If we can do that for the rest of this day, we'll be at 20K by the end of this of today. So that's really amazing, you guys. And once again, I try not to get too hung up on the money, because it's not like, oh yeah, you know, I'm going to get rich. Every dime of this goes back into the next campaign. And every dime just allows me to have time to draw the next book, to do the next project. So to me, money equates time, and it allows me to create my next project for you guys. So at this point in time, you know, I'm doing okay financially. I just want to make product. I want to tell stories. I want to draw stories. I really don't want to work for Marvel and DC anymore. Not that it was horrible, not that it was bad, but it's just something I'm not interested in at this point. I really do want to stay here, Comicsgate. I want to, you know, tell stories and draw funny books for you guys. So that's pretty much it. So just to prove, you know, the books are done. Here's one in my hot little hands, and then here's the Capullo variant. So it's done. You can see hot little hands. And also, just to show legitimacy, transparency, here is the MI10 Anti-Robotics Task Force. So I actually did the graphics for I drew this thing up in a thumbnail, and Taylor Grosso put it together in a computer, you know, in a graphic. And so it was a cool combination, the two of us. And I just like the funky little robot. I thought it was a little too cartoony when I first drew it, but with the legitimacy of the chevron and all of the graphics, it looks pretty legit, man. It's got the crown there in the task force. There's a lot of detail to this, you guys. We actually had to simplify it a little bit for the stitching process. So we have a good vendor that we work back and forth with, and we have this as well. We have the yin yang gun sight. So those are made and ready to go. And so here's the buttons. Like I said, here is the trading card. You're going to have to take my word that the mini prints are done because I don't have any in front of me, and the bookmarks, but they are done. And here's the original sticker, the sticker to the bots. So the new one is the new artwork, and it's like 3 inches. It's 3 by 3. It's good size. And I must say I stole it from Ethan Van Sciver. So when I got the Cyberfrog first campaign book, that sticker was pretty cool, and I was like, I got to make a sticker that big. I have to do it. So friendly competition, all good. So let me catch up a little bit, and then I'm going to show you guys that trading card. I got to hey, Eric, I got to get you on the show, my friend. I don't have time today because this is just going to be a quickie, but we got to do something. So Battle Brick Road, I think, is winding down the campaign, so you guys should go check it out. It's a great idea. Eric is a great man. He's a great person, man. He's creative, and he's always calm. He's always, very eloquent, very well spoken. I really like that guy because he's the opposite of me. I'm a little high strung and a little out there, but I don't care. I don't care. There's different strokes for different folks, but I do like his personality. Yeah, it becomes a technical task to care for us early customers. We've had to do add on only perks, perhaps secret. Yeah, I'm not really sure. There are some secret tiers. I'm not really sure how to do them. Oh yeah. I like how Joe Rogan's handling cancel culture. I really do. He's a kick-ass dude. I thought in the day he was a marginal comedian. I thought he was okay. I saw him live once. But what he's doing right now, I mean, he's found his niche. He's found his calling. Okay, so cool. Oh, thank you so much, man. You're back in now. Thank you. Yeah, it's all good. So I got the Eric Weathers. Oh, Todd's Truth says I backed the Killer Bot tier. That poster is going on my wall in my office. Cool. I can't wait to print these up and show them to you guys. It's kind of like like with the Chrono campaign. We have the lucky pick, the guitar picks. We have the buttons already done. They're made. So the trading cards are going to be put together soon and going to the printers. So everything is happening. So you know what? I don't have the trading card artwork prepared for you guys, so I'm going to have to find it. You borrowed it from EVS. I sure as hell did. Stole, borrow, same thing. Cyberfrog Chrono cover. Oh, that would be awesome. I am going to do something. I'm going to break my policy, and I am going to cross over in some of the other Comicsgate Gators IP soon. So I'm working out the details on that, and as soon as I know, I'll let you guys know. Eric says, busy today too. Let's do something next week. You got it, brother. You got it. Battle Brick Road pages are headed to the colorist now. Can't wait. I think the other day you were saying that you were kind of on a waiting list with your colorist. That's a sign of popularity, but it's also for an artist, it's nerve-wracking, man, because you want to see things done and you want to see them done quickly. Todd's Truth says, Eric Weathers, can't wait to get my Battle Brick Road. It looks awesome. Yep. All right, let's see what Brian Polito's doing. Brian Polito does trading card size, fridge magnets. Would be great to have some RT Bear fridge magnets. Yes. We could do that. Excuse me. Trading card magnets. Ooh. Yeah, they could be like the same size as a trading card, just be magnetic on the other side, and you can just slap it on stuff. That's a pretty cool idea, Humphrey Bear. Very cool. So talk amongst yourself. I have to leave. The camera will still be on. I hope I'm not sharing, and I'll find that card for you guys. Oh, there it is. Cool. Main card. Open. This shouldn't take too much time. And then there's the back. I have two versions of a back, so maybe you guys can tell me which one you like better. Where is it? Here's the other one. Okay. So let's start with this one. Okay, so I'm going to come back and I'm going to screen share and show you what I did last night. Yeah, I put these cards together. So you should be seeing my Photoshop. So here's what the trading card is going to look like. So it's got the 25 years like logo in there, the anniversary logo with the gun sight and the yin yang. And then this is the black and white logo I redid. So I put it side by side just so it could be a little bit different. And I didn't want to kind of hog up the artwork. So if I would have stacked them, it would have hid too much of the artwork. So I put them side by side and put the "and" in between. I think it came out really, really cool. So I like the black and white logo because I can kind of tear it apart and I can do different things with it. So this is a good example of that. And I want to show you something because I think it looks cool now, but let me see if I should do it this way. I'll duplicate the layer. I'll do a little bit of little Photoshop action here. So if I crop it, I'll crop it for you guys so you can see what the actual trading card that you get will look like, because the composition is completely different. And what the crop is it allows the printer a little wiggle room when they print. So they cut it in. So look at that. That's without that extra stuff around the border. This is going to make a killer trading card, you guys. And these are going out now. My wife said, get them done so I can get them out to the printer. So the black and white trading cards are going out as we speak. So we should be getting them soon. So that's pretty much what you guys will be getting with every tier backed. And then I need your input. So I have this, and keep in mind, this also is going to be cropped in. So it'll be cropped in like this. So one thing when you do compositions for print, you always have to kind of take in consideration that it's going to be cropped by the printer. So that's what those little black lines are around the perimeter. That's your crop area. So this is one potential back for the card. And then I have this. I've been playing around. Let me crop this as well. I've been playing around with the idea of possibly doing the backs like horizontal instead of straight up and down. So this will be the back, and these are more commemorative cards. So these aren't like traditional, baseball type cards where they have, stats on the back and stuff. We did that with the original campaign. So the original stretch goal card has that. So these are not that. These are more collectible campaign cards. So that's why I chose to make the backs a little bit more representative of the campaign. So I think they came out really cool. I like them, but I can't figure out which one I like best. So maybe let's call the horizontal one A. So the horizontal one will be A. So you guys vote, and then B will be the vertical. And let's see what you guys have to say. But yeah, here is the card, you guys. The front of the card. It's going to be awesome. I'm very, very excited about this. We're building empires, as they say. So yeah, just to let you know, like this card right here comes with the stats, power ratings and stuff like that. So I didn't want to do the same thing. And this is kind of based on a traditional Marvel layout, even the back. Because originally what the Comicsgate books were going to do is we were all going to do the same, use the same layout. So I kind of followed suit. So some of the Comicsgate cards are done like this, and some of them aren't. I missed the joke about virgin covers. Did I make a joke? If I did, it went right over my own head. Pedro says, sweet. I think he's looking at the cards. Looking good. Totally excited about all the new stuff. Yeah, me too. I had somebody on a live stream yesterday. They were like, you did all that artwork, that brand new piece of artwork, just for trading cards. And I said, yeah, but there's going to be a poster too and some stickers. So he's like, that's a lot of work. I said, no, the backers are worth it. You got to put out your best. Otherwise, why do it at all? Will this new artwork be a reprint cover for the second run first issue? Possibly. That's not a bad idea. I hadn't thought about it. Okay, so we have one A, we have one B. So let me see. I'm going to start writing this down. Matthew Clark says, Comics Legend and Matthew Clark say B. Blue Samurai said, and E. What? Blue Samurai says A. And it was good meeting you, Blue Samurai, the other day. Was it last night? I don't know what E is. I don't know what L is. You guys are messing with my head. We have another A, so that's 2. Oh my gosh. I hate you guys. So now it's kind of an even Steven right now. Somebody's got to break the tie. So we have 2 B's and 2 A's. We have an E and L, a C, D, E, F, G, an A, another A. Oh, Victor Thomas came through. So we have another A. So that's 3 A's for the horizontal. Yeah, looks like you guys like the horizontal. Oh, Rich, you're throwing a monkey wrench in. So now we have an even. We have one more. So this is even Steven so far. B for the boomer. No. Wait. Another A, another B. This is not helping you guys. This is not helping. So far we have 4 and 4. Kevin says B. B is the vertical. So I'm gonna wait for one more. This is not helping. A. So that's 5 for A and 4 for B. If I got it right. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, there's 5 for B. So this is still even, Steven. So 5 B's. Do. B for the boomer. B. Todd says A. Okay, you guys are messing me up. You know what? I'm gonna add this up off stream because it doesn't seem like we're gonna get anywhere with this. This is all. This is why you use a site like Straw Poll. It was just a little aside. It wasn't planned. It was all for fun. Okay, so I think that's most of the black and white stuff. I'll get back to it. And one of the things I wanted to do, I thought I had showed this off on a live stream before, but I showed this the last night. And CHRONO MECHANICS has had a little success outside of comics with animation. So there were maquettes for animation made for all 4 of the characters. So this is the only one I still have assembled. This is Doug, and it's about 2 feet tall. It's really big. And it came out really cool. He's given the thumbs up. He usually does the double go, which is both thumbs up. And so I think I almost like the time pack better. So they redesigned the time pack, and then the shoulder patches are like it's a Q. This is when it was quantum mechanics. So there's a Q, and then there's a clock face with a cog in it. So there's a ton of detail in this thing. So if you guys don't know what a maquette is, it's like what artists use to draw the character. So they can kind of they can move this around. This thing's really heavy. They can turn it all around, and they can draw it from all different angles. The wrench came off. This thing's old. This is like 20 years old. So the wrench fell off. So I kind of just have it held on with a little wire there. But this is really cool, man. There's a ton of detail. Look at Doug's dumb face. His crooked smile, and the boots came out really cool. And then the hammer and the time pack. Oh, this is so cool. Yeah, so I thought I'd show this off. I thought I had done that before, but when I showed it off last night, everybody in the chat was like, I never saw that before. So that's cool. It's huge. Yeah, that's what she said. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. So yes, and so that leads me to this. All right, you guys. This is the proof. The proof is in the pudding. So Chrono Mechanics Retrofit graphic novel does exist. Is that upside down? What the heck? There we go. So very cool. We got the back upside down. Got the back. We got the interiors. Look at the front inside cover. It's cool. We got, I don't know if I want to show the back inside cover yet because it's kind of fun. But we have, let me find a good page. Got the pages here. So there's a couple problems. So the color is a little off. It's a little garish. They said that they do the one-offs digitally. They print them digitally instead of offset. So they said the color can be a little off because it's digital. And some of the cropping is off slightly. So last night we had a powwow with the printers, and I think we got a pretty good agreement there. And they're going to turn that, a real life turnaround, exactly, 3-dimensional. So it's moving forward. I'm hoping, like I said earlier, that we can get those books quickly from the printer. So I'm going to put an ASAP rush on it and see if we can get it overnight, the proof. So I can, because I'm not going to move forward until I get another proof, because I don't want to sign off something that I'm really not sure about. And some of these mistakes that they made here are kind of rookie mistakes. So they need to prove themselves a little bit to me. And that's why I'm going to be a little controlling in this situation. All said of your toy production line. Yeah, I was talking to, I think it was Vidi Tartamella, and he worked for Todd Toys. And I was asking him if they can take that full size and maybe scale it down. He said there is a way of doing it. He doesn't know how to do it, but there are people that can do that. So I don't know, possibly in the future, when things get huge and big and we got bunches of money, I can take a chance and start doing some more manufacturing with some of this stuff. Because like I said, I got all 4 of those guys. They're in boxes, so they're all packed up down in the downstairs Thibert vault. And so that would be a lot of fun. Maybe, like about this size. I think I want them statues more than action figures, because I think you would have to sculpt them differently for action figures. Square bound, definitely square bound, my friend. You helped out with that. So this square bound right here, this is for you, Kevin. This is for you, my friend. Thank you so much. It is going to be a killer book once we get all the little details taken care of. And there's always problems like this. The only thing is sometimes you like things to go a little bit smoothly, and they don't always go smoothly. Is there a supplemental book for Chrono as well? There is a work in progress book, and that's going to be a fun behind the scenes making of the comic book. Matthew says, great stream with Graham the other day. I just got to finish it last night. Get Graham on the Shanud pinup for the swimsuit issue. I talked to somebody, I can't name names, about doing a swimsuit. So there is more talk about doing a CG swimsuit edition. So that would be cool. Scan the maquette and scale it down digitally. That's right. You can do that. I can't do it, but somebody can. Because they have like there's a scanner or there's it's like is it a machine that kind of moves around the object and kind of basically takes a bunch of pictures as it's moving. And so then you get it from all sides, and then they can make a digital model from that. And I guess they can send that and get it digitally printed from that. So yeah, that can be done. That doesn't seem overly complicated. And I would assume that you could make it any size too. Once you get it, scanned in digitally. Blue says the colors on the proof cover are gorgeous. Thank you, man. They need to be changed a little bit. I don't know if the camera's doing it justice, but thank you. They're a little off, and I'm not sure why, because I'm not a printer. And they said that it might be because of that it's more digitally printed, like a one-off versus offset. So I'm not sure yet. Art and Comic says, yes, 3D scanning. That, if you could get the person, doesn't sound like that'd be overly complicated. Because the work, I guess, like the main work is already done. And just a little bit of trivia, you guys. The artist that sculpted this, his name's Michael Smithson, and he did all of the maquettes for Shrek, the first Shrek movie. So I went into his studio a while back. Like I said, that Shrek figures all the way around. It's pretty cool. And his big claim to fame, where most of us would know him from, is he designed and did all the makeup effects for Mike Myers, Austin Powers. He designed Fat Bastard, the character Fat Bastard. So the guy that did the makeup effects for Fat Bastard actually sculpted that Chrono Mechanics statue. It's pretty funny. So you never know who you're going to meet. There's some really cool people that you get to cross paths with, very, very talented people. I've been very, very lucky to cross paths with just a ton of creative people. And I don't know if you guys have heard, but Black and White is moving forward as an animated cartoon show. So I'm developing it right now with my partner. And as soon as I can give you guys more details, names and things like that, I will. But we're doing a Bible. We're putting a Bible together with a show, like I think 27 show ideas. We're going to have turnarounds. We're going to have character designs. And I want to announce the designer as well. The stuff is really good, really good. I got the go-ahead too, budget-wise, to maybe bring in some of my friends to do some design work as well. So there might be some alternate versions of the characters. So, maybe there'll be a version. I'm going to ask Kevin McGuire to do me a couple versions of Black and White, at least one go around on both of the characters, but in an animated style. Because I don't know if you've ever seen it, but he did some for the Batman animated cartoon show. The first original version of that show, not Batman Beyond or any of those. They're gorgeous. They're amazing. So I would like to ask him. There's Tom Bancroft, who did the Doug variant cover in the Chrono campaign. There's Sean Galloway, who did the Oot variant, which I should show off the Chrono campaign too at some point in this stream. But yeah, I think that would be a blast to get some other versions of it. And then I talked, his name's John, so I can say that, my partner on this stuff. We're in talks about doing a Black and White animated book, like a comic book. So it'll probably be a graphic novel, just because 48 pages is the ideal amount of pages to tell a pretty good story. If it's not going to be serialized, like multiple books, then I think the one and done 48 pages is the way to go. So it'll probably be done that way. It'll start off as a floppy, then hopefully we can get it into, something grander. And I'm going to try to get that animator, the guy that's going to do the drawings, the main guy that's attached to the Bible development right now. Have him do the comic book. When you guys see this guy's work, it's phenomenal. And John, my partner on this, is talking like he loves all the 90s stuff. Like he really digs Transformers and G.I. Joe. So he really gets the sensibilities. And so Black and White is going to be kind of modeled after those shows. So there is gonna be some gunplay. There's gonna be a ton of action, and the story is mostly gonna be focused on that they're robot hunters. So some of the bigger storyline stuff, I don't know if it's going to translate as well in a kids animated, and we're going to do it more like the Batman animated as well. So like adults can get something out of it too. So it's not going to pander to young kids, which is not necessarily bad, but we want more of kind of an all ages approach to it. So there's something there for everybody. And I think that's going to be amazing. I can't wait to show it to you guys once I have something to show. Because right now it's really at the beginning phases. Hey, Art, glad to catch you live. Hello, everyone. Hey, what's up, brother? Okay, Matthew Clark says, what's your target age range on the animated show? I think he said 8 and up. So they used to go like ages 8 to 15 or ages 8 to 13. But now I think they say like 8 and up. So I guess because of the subject matter, they want you to be at least 8 years old to go for it. Excuse me, my allergies. Will it look like the HBO Spawn or something more streamlined? The story is definitely going to be more streamlined because that Spawn stuff was pretty edgy. So I would say maybe about the same. I would like it to be at least as detailed as that. I just want really cool designs because one of the things that the Batman animated did very well, and it's all like the Bruce Timm stuff, is he took and he stylized the hell out of those characters, right? And so they look great animated, and they also make great action figures. You know, they make great toys because the designs are very simplified but cool. Cool as in just great design work. So that's what I'm hoping for. I don't want realism because I think animated, if they try to get too realistic with it, it doesn't look cool. So I want it to be pretty stylized. That's why I was kind of thinking, get somebody like, like maybe Sean Cheeks Galloway or Kevin Nolan to do some of the design work, because those guys are very stylized, and they kind of know how to do it. So that would be really cool. Art, check out the Symbiotic Titan. Is that a new Indiegogo? I don't have time right now, but hey, if there's somebody out there, go check out that book. It comes recommended by Pedro. And Pedro speaks, people listen. All right, we got Todd's Truth again. Perfect. Up is just my age. Yeah, the up part, right? Casually up is also my age range. Yeah, I think it's just cool that there's something for everybody, and we're all kind of kids at heart, so we all like cartoons, comic books, that type of stuff. So I'm not going to pretend to be too highbrow here. Crowdfund Danny Elfman for the theme. Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, or at the very least, see if you can get him attached to it. Because at this point, I would like to because you can get voice actors attached and you can get various people attached because it helps you sell the show. So at this point, we have, especially with black and white, you guys, the success. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about this till now. The success of these crowdfunding, this sends ripple effects into Hollywood. So the more these campaigns do, because it's all dollars, man, it's all dollars to those guys. They are greedy mofos. So if you can make a mark financially, they pay attention. It has 25 years and it's a comic book. So there's a lot of things going for this as far as selling this in Hollywood. And also I'm partnering with a production company that has made things. They have a reputation. They have 25 years of experience putting cartoon shows together and working on different programs as well. So there's oh my gosh, it's Titmouse. We got like some Titmouse connections here as far as the animation and stuff like that. So I just want to start dropping names, but I should stop before I just let the cat out of the bag. It's going to be exciting, you guys. This next year is going to be a blast. But yeah, if we can get that black and white, even though it's a second chance, if we can get some great numbers, the first campaign had some amazing numbers. And if we can do that this time out, I think these are going to send the right signals to Hollywood. And then volume 2 is going to come out the end of summer, early September, hopefully early September. I need to start working on some of the artwork and put that campaign together because we're almost done with this month already. Man, time flies. Time flies when you're having fun. Okay, so I was going to do some drawing on this stream, but it doesn't look like I have time for it. So there's one thing that I also have to make time. I keep telling you guys, we are going to put up original artwork from the black and white 94 book. So these are 25-year-old pages. These are on Image Board, the old Image Board. You can see Image Comics in the corner there. And so these are like, some of these have been remastered. Some of these have been totally reimagined for the volume 1 book. But you can see some of this stuff looks familiar, but this is the original 94 artwork. So one thing that Pamela wants to do with this campaign and with these pages is she wants these to get into your hands. So she's saying that we should probably do some of these pages at a lower price or more entry-level price. And so we can get these into more people's hands. So not just really high-end stuff. Let me try to get these other pages here, but some entry-level page prices too. This will not be an entry-level, but this is the first black appearance in the comic book, and then this is the only cover from the original run that I have left. So this is issue 3's cover. I may put this up in the campaign. And this is what the inspiration for the Total Bot Annihilation cover or artwork was from. So that artwork, the Total Bot Annihilation, originally had that mech suit in the background, but it was getting a little too busy, so I simplified it. I have a friend who animates a Titmouse. Well, hey, D Geek Art, we may be working with them soon. What actors did you picture playing black and white in the 90s? Oh my gosh, you guys. We were with William Morris. We had an agent in the 90s. We had major representation from William Morris, not Philip Morris, but William Morris. I always get those two confused. So the big Hollywood agency. And we were taking meetings, get it, this is crazy, with Alex Baldwin and Kim Basinger. So they were married at the time, and my agent was convinced they'd be the perfect black and white. And they were pretty viable, stars at the time. And I went along with it. I thought at the time it made sense. I don't think it makes sense now. I mean, even if they were younger, I wouldn't want to cast them because I think these superhero movies and these action movies have come quite far since 94. But yeah, I don't think they would be that good now. But that was the most interesting thing. We took a meeting with what is his name? Charlie Sheen's people. We didn't get to meet with Charlie Sheen, but Charlie Sheen's people. He just had that movie. Was it Virtuosity or something? It's that one where the car comes flying out. Like there's a car that just gets launched out of a plane and it free falls and he's falling and gets in the car or something like that. I forget the movie, but and we talked with them. We met with Carolco, or I forget how to say it. What is his name? Cameron. What is his first name? The director. That's his production company, and they're the ones that originally had the Spider-Man script too. James Cameron was going to do Spider-Man, so it was about that time when Cameron was doing the treatment for that Spider-Man movie he was going to direct, but they fell apart. So then I think it was Live Entertainment. So we met with Live Entertainment when they kind of fractioned off. And so I think they were the ones that had the connections with Charlie Sheen. But that'd be weird, right? See, like, especially now that you know Charlie Sheen, is what he is now, that would have been so weird looking back, and like Charlie Sheen playing black. Justice can only be black and white. Yeah. I've come so close, you guys, always to just getting in there. The doors open a crack to like these bigger things. So I've always been right there at that door opening, but never kind of able to step right through. So I'm hoping this time out, man, with your help, that we're going to do some great stuff. And I do really, really like Ethan's business model and mindset, but he's in a much different place than I am, where, he's just like, screw Hollywood, screw all these people. We'll just crowdfund it ourselves. If I had a platform like his and I had this success, I would be doing the same thing, man. I wouldn't feel like I have to rely on anybody else, and I would be doing all this stuff myself. Like that stat you guys saw, I wouldn't be talking hypotheticals. I would already be contacting somebody to do those 3D scans and making them into statues and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll take my money. Thanks, man. So I at this point I have to partner with people. So I won't be able to do things exactly the way I want to. I won't have total control over it. But the good thing about partnering with John and his production company is I didn't sign any exclusives. So there's no ownership. It's not a handshake deal. There are contracts, but there's no ownership. And we're really just contracted to put the Bible together. So we're pretty much just contracted to build the show together. And then I've given him rights to shop the show around. And then I get to shop the show around too. So we can do it individually or we can do it together. So that's cool. Yeah, it's James Cameron. Thank you. So I like that idea that we can work independent and we can work together, and we can both breach we can kill the contract at any time. So there's really no obligation, and I don't give him any rights. So I do know enough that when, if and when, well, I should just say when, Hollywood comes knocking, I will have to sell it. I know that for a fact. I would rather not. I'd like to go the Ethan route if I could fund it myself. Even Todd McFarlane's kind of, we'll just fund it ourselves. But, I just don't have that kind of revenue stream, I guess, to do anything like that yet. Soon. We are building empires, you guys. So I think I covered everything, I hope. Indiegogo, Black and White. Oh, I didn't show the Chrono campaign. And I do want to let you know, I think it's Charlie's London show. Let me see. I have it written down here. It's 3 o'clock. So 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I have a little under an hour to get my my act together and get ready for that show. So I'm going to go on Charlie's London, her show, her live stream at 3 o'clock. So what is that, 6 o'clock Eastern time? 3 o'clock Pacific Standard. So that's going to be fun. I like talking to her. I got to talk to her the other day. She's a lot of fun, and she's got a crowdfund that she's going to do too soon. So yeah. So let me kind of if you guys haven't been keeping track and don't know what's going in my life, I have 2 campaigns right now. I cannot believe it, man. I am multitasking like no one's business. And the only reason I'm doing this is because Black and White is finished. We do have books that are printed. We can ship it out now, which is what we are preparing to do. And Chrono Mechanics is completely finished. It's a done book. The files are all done. Writing, pencil, inks, colors, lettering, it's all done. I showed you the proof. I'll show it to you after this as well. So we're just waiting back to get our next proof and then to get the printed books, and then we'll go into fulfillment. So all this stuff is happening. So I want to let you guys know that I wouldn't launch another campaign unless, you know, I had confidence that all this stuff was going to happen. And hopefully you have confidence in me that I will keep my word. I don't think you have a 35-year plus career in the comics industry if you can't make deadlines and keep your word. But, you know, I have to prove myself time and time again, and I don't mind doing that to you guys or for you guys. Okay, so Chrono Mechanics Retrofit, they do more before the dawn of time than most people do all day. This started off as a 48-page graphic novel, which is now a 60-page. You got to see it, square-bound graphic novel. It tells the tale of Team 9.2 of Sector 7, the best time repair team ever to work for Chrono Incorporated. They are a team supreme, but they lost a team member. So they need to replace a repairman. And so then they get the most unlikely repairman to come in and fill that void. And that is Doug, a 70s rock god, a star among stars. And he doesn't really like to work. Work is a four-letter word to this guy. He has no work ethic at all. So we get to find out, is this guy worthy to be a chrono mechanic? Will he step up, or will he just slack like his nature suggests? So that's going to be the book. It will ship soon. So please come by, you guys. Check out all the cool tiers. We have poster prints. Here's some of the interiors. We have twofers. We have the ultimate tiers. We have original. Well, we had original artwork. I think most of it is sold. We may be putting some more up soon. And so here's the interior pages all colored up for you to check out. I like to put a lot of pages up because then you can see that it's legit. And these are hardly spoilers too. So these aren't even the best pages in the book, you guys. There are pages that will exceed these pages. Look at how well they colored up. This is a beautiful book. And so here is the work in progress sketchbook. So this is going to have a bunch of working drawings. Here's some of the pages and the sketches and drawings that will be in the book. So then we have a killer add-on. So this is the mystery sketch. You don't have to pay additional shipping. We'll put that right into your order. And so these are going to be developmental pieces of artwork, sketches, you know, work in progress stuff that I'll put into this mystery envelope and just send it along with your order. So you can add this on, you guys, and it's only $20. And it's just a way to own original artwork that went into the making of this book. Some of it might be animation too. That might be some of the early animation stuff. There's going to be some layouts, some alternate story layouts. There's going to be all kinds of fun stuff, and you never know what you're going to get. So we're just going to kind of have like a bunch of pages, a bunch of sketches, and we're just going to pull from that, put them in the envelopes, and send them along to you guys. So that's a lot of fun. Like I said, it's only $20. If you already backed a book, you can just add that on, no problem. And so here is the Superstar Collection. This is Sean Cheeks Galloway. Like I said, I'd love to see this guy take a run at the black and white characters. Because he did all the developmental work, the design work for Hellboy, the 2 animated features that they did, the 2 movies. And he did the artwork and design for, was it the Spectacular Spider-Man, the TV show? So here's Tom Bancroft. He was key animator on Mushu, the character from Mulan, big-time Disney animator, brilliant designer. We have a comic great. We have Aaron Lopresti on Zin, DC's own Justice League artist right now. And then we have Carlo Barberi, who is brilliant and was Super Sons buddy. We worked together on the artwork on that book. And so he volunteered this brilliant Caravaggio drawing that I inked up and that Perea colored up amazingly well. That thing came out great. So here is the posters, the prints. We have the Doug World Tour poster from 1978. Double Go Gonzo. This guy is like Steven Tyler meets Ted Nugent. So a lot of fun there. A Time to Panic print. We have all these stretch goals. So even if you back right now, you guys, you'll get all these stretch goals. Some of these stretch goals are going to go away as soon as I get the book back from the printer. Some of these are going to go away. So if you want to get all these stretch goals, you should back now because some of them are going to go away. There's the pin. There's the lucky guitar pick. This is the tier that's most likely going to go away. The golden time card equals free drawing. 1 out of 10 backers will be eligible for the drawing. So when you get your golden time card, fill it out, send it back to me, and I will do a free drawing for you. And then so here is the newest stretch goal. This is the patch. We are supposed to get the patch back from the manufacturer this week. So well, today is, I don't know. I don't know if they ship over the weekend. So I guess today is still early here in California. So we might still get this patch back. Hopefully we do because they said we'd get it this week. So I'm sure if we don't get it this week, we'll get it early next week. And once we get that, I will show that off on the live stream. It's bigger than the black and white patches too. We made this one slightly bigger, which is very cool. So thank you guys for helping get us to 45K. And that means you all will get this fantastic embroidered Chrono Mechanics patch. It doesn't come with the red check mark though. Sadly, it does not come with the red check mark. Either does the guitar pick, the buttons, or the trading cards. Yeah. So let me show you real quick the tier, the add-on tier, which is right here. So this is the Mystery Grab add-on. Like I said, it's only $20, no additional shipping, and you'll get a cool piece of artwork that went into the development of either the comic, the cartoon show, or just some doodles that I did before I even really knew what I was going to do with Chrono Mechanics. So there are some alternates of the character designs. There's all kinds of fun stuff that I'm going to stuff in these envelopes and send along your way. So yeah, so we are well over 45K. Thank you guys so much. We're 275. We have 608 backers. Thanks, you guys, for turning this into a killer success. I'm going to leave this in demand for a while and see if we can keep this thing going, because the main thing is I want to make sure I get this into as many people's hands. So that's my main point always, is to do that. So thank you so much, D Geek Art. I appreciate that. The wrench is in good hands. So let me James Cameron. Okay, you can Art. We believe you. Thank you, man. I am trying to build up my integrity with you guys. I'm trying to show you that when I say something, I deliver. It's very, very hard because the creative process is not linear, and it's really hard to put it to a time schedule because each page is different. Each creative venture is uniquely different. So it's really hard to figure out how much time everything's going to take because everything's different. So if I was doing the same thing, the exact same every day, then maybe I could gauge my time better. But it's getting better. I'm learning how to do this stuff. I'm definitely learning on the fly, and I'm learning in front of you guys. I'm learning and failing in public. Don't sell it, man. We'll just throw cash at the screen. Man, I mean, that would be awesome. I would love to keep these IPs and not have to sell them, because sometimes when you sell them, nothing happens. So you sell them for X amount of years and they get tied up and get buried by these big corporations. And I don't want to see that happen. I remember I was talking to J. Scott Campbell, and he sold Danger Girl. And it was about the time that Charlie's Angels was coming out. And so he knew, well, the other studios knew that, that Danger Girl was a viable property and studios were looking at it. So he sold it to a studio in good faith, thinking something would happen. And then he found out later from, I guess, his agent or just, Charlie's Angels came out. And so what these studios do, these guys, this is why absolute power just corrupts, is sometimes these studios will buy IPs up. They'll buy the rights for cheap, and then they'll just bury them because they don't want the competition. So the same people that were doing the Charlie's Angels movie bought the rights to Danger Girl, and they just buried it. So no one else could get it. And so, it wouldn't compete against Charlie's Angels. And to be honest, I think that Danger Girl is a better idea in concept than Charlie's Angels. I mean, it's kind of a derivative of it, but it's like Charlie's Angels meets Lara Croft. There's a lot more. Lara Croft is cool. Tomb Raider stuff is cool. So I think Danger Girl. It's also, even though it's drawn, it seems sexier than Charlie's Angels. Especially the new stuff. Like, I think the TV show had a little bit more sex. It was a little sexier. Thank you, Blue Samurai. The humor in Chrono is great. The musician jokes are on point. Thank you, man. I do appreciate that. Thanks for that. Leg kick one. Dang, just saw your message. Sorry, man. Wait, what is this? Art and comics, like the 12th Man film from Norway. It's a good film, and your comic sounds like a good story also. Did I miss something? I've been just kind of highlighting in the chat here, you guys. So if I missed something, I apologize. Yeah, it is hard, man. But you know what? I mean, at some point, you have to realize that you have to partner with entities that are bigger than yourself to make things happen. So I do understand that. I just don't. You just got to be really smart about it. And at this point, I mean, I've held on to Chrono and Black and White this long. I want to make sure that whoever I sell it to is legit. You know what I mean? I don't want to sell it to somebody, just get some quick money and then have them bury it, because like I said, money's good. Money helps create opportunity, but it's not my end goal. I do want to live well, and I do, I want all those things. But at this point, I really want the money to be able to create opportunity for myself creatively. And so, I wouldn't sell it to Hollywood just for the money. You know what I mean? Because I guess what I'm trying to say is that's not necessarily my be all end all. I would like the money, but more importantly, I'd like the movie or the TV show to be made. That's more my bottom line. I want things to happen. Danger Girl did get ripped off in a live action show or VIP show with Pam Anderson. That's right. I forgot about that. Was that any good? I mean, Pam Anderson's decent. I mean, she's great looking, or was in the day. But I don't know. I never watched the show. Or you sell them and an idiot producer or director destroys them. That's also the chance. But you know what? Anything, even if you try to make the best and have the best intentions, sometimes things just don't turn out very well. Sadly, sometimes things just don't happen. Let's see. Thinking they can do better than the creators. Sometimes they can. I think as much as Stephen King screamed and yelled about Hollywood destroying all of his books, some of those interpretations of his books were better than the books themselves. So there's that. Thank you. I appreciate. I'm sorry I didn't read it out loud. I was just kind of captivated by what you were saying. Do, 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 do. Art Symbiotic Titan is an animated series. You know what? I'm gonna write this down. I thought I knew what you were talking about. Symbiotic Titan. I'll check that out when I get off the stream here. Cool. Thank you, Pedro. So a quality film or TV show will translate to big money. Cartoon shows traditionally the first year, it's if you do well, it's a break-even proposition. You make a little bit of money, but not a lot. If you can go into the second year with animation, then you're doing well, because usually the second year is licensing. So that's usually when the toys happen and all the licensing. So that's where the good money's at, is the second year. I know enough about animation for that. Live action TV, I don't know, and movies, I don't know. I would assume that movies, because it moves faster and they get that stuff out at the same time, because a series, it's a year usually before if it's a hit, and then it gets picked up, and then so on and so forth. So movie, they usually put all that stuff. It all happens at the same time. So you release your movie, you release all your licensing and everything at the same time. I like that better. But I don't have control over that. Agent DeCamp would love to see a live action black and white similar to iRobot with Will Smith. Ideally, I would love the cartoon to be more sophisticated, with like thriller aspects, espionage, stuff like that. I'm going to push for it, but I really think it might be overreaching, and that maybe if we can build some of those things into the DNA, that possibly the second season we can start building on some of that DNA that we put there. But maybe don't make it too heady the first season. Maybe make the first season. Listen, I'm creating the show right on the stream. Maybe having the first season more about the fun, action adventure, fighting robot stuff, just to try to bring people in. But like I said, if there could be an underpinning in the DNA of the show, that maybe some of the more espionage, thriller, sophisticated kind of, spy Bond-esque stuff could be in there. Also, one thing I do want to do with black and white, it was always in the DNA, and I'd love to do it in the cartoon, is I want them to travel. So I want them to be in these exotic locations. It's going to take a lot of extra work as far as animators, because they're going to have to research new locations like every show. But I think it would be a lot of fun, to have different backdrops and show different kind of cultures and stuff for every episode. They could go to Egypt, they could go to Brazil, they could go to, Japan. The first story takes place in China, and then Reed is British. So, they can go to London, and, like all kinds of things are possible, because I want them to be kind of international. I want them to, go to these different places just to get like a really cool flavor. And you really don't see that in cartoon shows. And maybe it's because it's expensive to do, because there's a lot of research that needs to be done. Because usually things are regional and they stay, so they don't have to redesign all the locations and settings. But we're also talking about doing it maybe as a Netflix model. So it might not be in a traditional kind of, yes. I almost said that. God, Spirits Car, you and I are like connected here. The animator who did Aeon Flux would be cool style for black and white. I agree. Remember Aeon Flux? Yeah, it was the Animatrix. Yeah. Aeon Flux was on MTV, right? Along with, what was that? Not Pit. What was the Max? Yeah, Max. So, Pamela, I showed off your pages that you found.
Oh.
For black and white.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so Pamela scanned them all in. I just have to get in there and and change the settings in Photoshop, make them a little smaller so I can post them on the black and white site. So I found myself, Pamela, going on a major detour. I'm talking about the animated show. The black and white animated?
Yeah.
And I told them the story about, remember we met, I can't remember the producers or whatever, about doing black and white, because we were with William Morris, right? And with Stan Blum as our agent. And if you guys don't know, Stan Blum did all the over the top. He did all the Stallone stuff. So he was good friends with Stallone. So the story is he met Sly early on, right? Before even, I think, Rocky. And he said he got a good friendship with him. And so then there's just kind of this loyalty. So all the licensing for all the Stallone movies early on, Stan Blum did. And also when Stan told me this, I flipped out, because he said he was the first licensor for Star Wars. Yeah. So all that cheesy, tacky stuff, you guys,
movie
that was done by Stan, because it was nobody, like 20. He said Fox didn't know what to do with it. They just got like different licensors in and different people in, and they're just like, we don't know what to do with it, but if you guys can think of something, do it. So Stan came in, and so you guys remember, I mean, it's like 77, 78. When did that movie come out? But the telescoping, like, it was just a flashlight with a telescoping tube on it. And those were the stupid, like, lightsabers.
Lunchbox.
Yeah, just the stuff. And like the malls, like all the Spencers had the Hildebrandt posters.
Yeah.
So that was him. And then the iron-on transfers, the Star Wars. It was still it was always just the one piece of artwork, right? The Hildebrandt poster. And so he did all that stuff and made millions upon millions. But, you know, like in the day, that's all we had. And so he did not broker the who was the toy company? It wasn't Hasbro. I forget who did the original Star Wars toys. So I think it reverted back to George at that point. But he had it like right off the bat. And even though that stuff was kind of cheesy, he made a killing. So we met with, well, he was our agent. And then I can't remember the production company, but remember they were like, we represent.
Imagination Factory.
Yeah, but I can't remember the meeting, because they brought Kim Basinger and Alec Baldwin as black and white, remember? And they showed us how much Alec Baldwin made per movie. At the time, we were making the same amount of money as Alec Baldwin. You always think of those movie stars as making so much money. And comics in the 90s were making we were making Hollywood money. It was Kenner. Yeah, Kenner was the toy company. Yeah, so he didn't broker that. I bet he wishes he did. But I think that reverted back to George Lucas, and he kind of put that stuff together. So one of these days, Pamela, we should just talk about that, like, year or so that we were pitching black and white and just all the weirdness and craziness. And
yeah, it was fun.
It was fun, but it was like, I don't know, things are so far out of your control, you know, when you do this. And the one thing that kind of bugs me about Hollywood is everybody says yes. Remember that?
Yeah.
Everybody says yes. Like you say, blah, 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 blah. They said, yeah, that can be done, you know, or I can see that happening. They never, ever say, well, this is the restrictions here, or we're not really interested in it. Usually they never say anything like that. So they always kind of keep you on the leash. You know, they always kind of keep you, you know, within arm's length, just in case. And then they can just kind of pull you back in and say, oh, yeah, black and white. Yeah, we love that show. We love that comic. Yeah, the character design on Ian Flux was full American. The Max was out at the same time. Yes.
Remember the EA video games.
Do you want to tell that story?
Go ahead.
Oh, my gosh, you guys. This was the heartbreak. All the other stuff, right? This was the heartbreaker. Because this thing was a done deal. This was a done deal. Okay, so I guess there's time. Pamela and I took a meeting with EA, and this is 94. This is early EA. I think all they had was like the sports games at that time. I wish I could remember that guy's name because we met with the guy at EA. That guy was the guy. And so we met with him. And remember, we floored him. Like, that guy was like, holy shit. Because he was just asking questions like, what would you do here? What would you do there? And we're just boom, boom, boom. Because I'm pretty fast on the fly as far as creativity. Whether it's good or not, who cares? But the ideas come. And so then we got a second meeting with his designers and game developers, right? Those two guys.
Is that the one down in at the Comic Con?
Were those guys there? No, this was before that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think there were 3 meetings. And so we met with that guy, the head of EA, and then these 2 guys. Because remember, he kept saying, these guys got to meet you. They got to talk to you.
I want to say his name was Dave, but I can't really remember.
Yeah. And so these 2 guys come in, young guys, man, just cooler than shit. I mean, they knew what was going on. But they didn't have, like back then, they didn't have anybody to come up with storylines and character. So they were asking about like black and white and stuff like that. So then they said they had the bones for a game that black and white could plug right into. And so it was basically they would license black and white and then put it into this game that they already had developed. And so we saw it. It looked legit. But one of the fun things is they were working on another game. And so they were asking Pamela and I, like, wasn't it like a dinosaur? It had something to do with dinosaurs or something. And they're like, what would you do here if this raptor did this or whatever? And so we're just throwing ideas out. So you could see those guys. They were really impressed. They're like, this is cool. This is cool.
And then, but the neat thing about the black and white game is that it would take different paths. It was one of those.
Oh, yeah. It had different, like,
right,
based on decisions you made.
Different outcomes.
Yeah, there would be different outcomes in the game.
And that was a new thing at that point.
Yeah, these guys were really excited about it. And so we were all like, yeah. So pretty much at that meeting, there was a handshake deal, right?
It was happening.
Yeah, we nailed it. We were like,
right,
thank you very much. We're going to do it.
And they wanted us to actually help.
That's what it was.
With other movies.
With other video games.
Video games.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. Okay, so Pamela and I leave the meeting. We're driving back from Hollywood. We're like, hell yeah. We had the best dinner of our lifetime. I think we ate at like a 5-star restaurant or whatever the hell it was.
It started with a Z.
I don't remember, but it was good.
But it was awesome.
Yeah, and so then smash cut to San Diego Comic-Con, right? So I'll tell you, there's levels to that show. There are so many levels, and I still go to that show, and I can't believe all the different facets. There's Hollywood people, there's video game, there's trading card people, there's manufacturers, comic book, like actors. There's everything you can think of, right? So we walked into the convention with those guys, and so they're all like, hey, whatever. Remember this, like, who's that guy? Oh, they're like, hey, here's Art and Pamela. And then we're introduced, right? And it's like, who is that guy? Oh, that guy's the head of whatever movie studio. Oh, that guy's whatever. And we're like, holy shit, these guys are just walking around like nobody's business, And so anyway, we had a great dinner at some Japanese restaurant or something. I forget what it was. I always say Japanese because there's any place that has fish tanks, like big fish tanks, I always think is Japanese. Is that racist of me? But anyway, it was the 4 of us. So it was, no, his wife was there too, right? Stan's wife.
Right.
And
who ran, she did, her company.
Film Roman.
Film Roman. They did the Power Rangers. Made millions.
They did the Simpsons.
Yeah.
She's the one that started all this shit because you sent her a letter.
Yeah, I did.
You sent her a letter.
Comic.
Yeah, you connected with her, and then she's like, well, we can't do it, but my husband's got a licensing and an agency.
Right.
And so that's how that all got started. So we're hanging out with.
They had their own animation company right upstairs and stuff.
Yeah.
Which therein lies the problem with EA.
Well, yeah, I'll set it up so I can set it up better. So when I hit this this punchline, you guys will understand it better. So this Imagination Factory, which is Stan Blum's company, they were doing cartoon shows. So they were developing shows and putting them together. They put together that Zorro show that was in like the mid '90s, and I can't remember some of the other shows they had. But they had like a few really good shows that were performing well for them. And they were an animation studio, so they did in-house stuff. They also did commercials. So Zorro. They had sounds, Zorro. They had sound stages in the back of this facility was huge. And so they had animation people there. They had producers there. They had directors. They had all kinds of different people working there, licensing people. So he had all these different facets, right? He had this big beast that he was feeding, which was the Imagination Factory. So back to where we start, where I left off was we're at the dinner, and this is more just a celebratory dinner, right? We were going to sign the contracts. We were going to do everything at this dinner, and so we're just having a good time. So we're not even really talking business. We're just hanging out because at this point, it seemed like it was a done deal. So we had a great dinner. And then what was it? It was like the contracts are on their way or something. That Dave guy or whatever, when we stood up, he said something like, well, I'll send the contracts over or whatever. Right. And so, yeah, we weren't going to sign the contracts, but this was it, And so Pamela and I are like, we got ourselves a video game, the black and white video game. And so what happened after that? Because you were more involved after this.
He contacted us like just a few days.
Stan did.
No.
Oh, Dave did.
From EA, and he said, we have a problem. And we're like, what? So
keep in mind, this isn't our agent. This is the guy from EA.
Right. He contacted us and he said, Stan wants to do the animation for the video.
No,
game.
He didn't say that right away. You sweet talked him. He said, I have to pull out of the deal, right? It was just kind of, it was like, it was more like, I'm trying to be above board and not throw anybody under the bus.
Right. But, I'm like, but why? And just in talking, then he told us why, because Stan wanted, he had his own, animation department. So he wanted to do the animation for the video game, and he made that a stipulation in the contract that if his company could not do it, we wouldn't sign the contract.
Yeah, so he backdoored the deal. Go ahead.
And Dave was like, why would we do that? Because we have our own people because we do video games. That one thing cost us the whole thing.
Because Stan wouldn't budge, and Stan didn't tell us any of this. So we had to find this all out from Dave because Dave liked us. That's why he gave us the call. Because I think we heard about it before we heard anything from Stan.
Stan just told us that they had dropped out.
That's what it was, yeah.
He contacted us and said they
just dropped out.
Yeah, they just don't want to do it anymore. So it was then in talking to Dave that the truth of why it happened came out.
Yeah, so like Pamela said, they backdoored the deal, Imagination Factory did, and said if their studio cannot do the artwork for the video game, then it's not going to happen. And so this is a direct conflict of interest, you guys. This is I don't know. I want to say there's got to be some kind of legal that he broke there because he wasn't negotiating on our behalf. He was negotiating on his own behalf. So, so needless to say, the deal fell through. And as much as I think Dave still kind of wanted to keep the relationship going, but Stan made it so clear that like he probably said that we were off limits as well, because nothing. I mean, we never talked to those guys since,
Right.
and everything just died. And those guys were really excited too. Those EA guys.
And then what happened is that Stan said that he wanted ownership of Black and White.
Yeah, then he started pushing for more of
Right.
like control and ownership.
And he sent us even a contract that said he had a certain percentage of ownership. And at that point, we just pulled out of.
Well, he stopped kind of becoming as proactive as he was, and we were kind of like not as trustworthy as we were early on.
Well, we were trustworthy. He wasn't.
Well, I mean, trusting, I should say. Trusting,
yeah,
not trustworthy, trusting. And so, yeah, Spirits Car says handshakes are for rubes. You weren't there, dude. Those EA guys, that shit was sincere. It was, they wanted to do it. I mean, for somebody as high up as he was, that Dave or whatever his name was, that guy didn't have a very good poker face, because when he got excited, it showed. And that guy, I mean, you could read him like a hand of cards. Like there was, I don't think there was that side of his personality. I'm a pretty good judge of character. So is Pamela. I don't think that guy was going to screw anything. I believe that in earnest, he sent those contracts over, and then the guy on our side actually screwed the deal, which is nuts. I don't know what this means. Basically wanted to mitch your project. I don't know, but I did talk to Howard Chaykin early on, and he had a story about ownership, and he said, don't get into giving rights away. He said, go into these things owning your IP, because other people can screw you over. And even though Stan Blum didn't have that, he still had somehow, I guess just because of his clout and who he was, he strong-armed EA. Yeah.
We never. That was a crushing blow to us.
Okay, Spirits Car says you got to listen to the audiobook 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. Get off the turnip truck arts. I just want to work with good people, and if I can't work with good people, then screw them. I don't want to be looking over my shoulder all the time, because believe it or not, there are good people you can partner with, and there are people of integrity. Everybody in the world aren't screwy. I Borrow Ideas says Mitch wanted to own 50% of CyberFrog. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I talked to Mitch about bringing Chrono over there as well to Allegiance Arts. And believe that's kind of why I didn't do it, because I didn't want to give up any ownership of the IPs. Let's read Pedro, and then I'm going to shut down. EA has dropped the ball so many times. Things happen for a reason, man. You guys are better off. Well, let's hope so. I mean, at the very least, we could go, hey, we had a video game, right? Oni64 says Mitch Breitweiser wanted to own CyberFrog 50%. EBS dodged that bullet. I think EBS has a lot of integrity when it comes to his IPs, and I think he knows. Oh, cool. Is that D Geek Art?
Yeah.
Can I show it?
Yeah. Right.
We just got this in. Did it come through your Facebook?
Let
me try.
Messenger.
Yeah. Can you see this? She
says she's doodling white there.
Yeah, so this is D Geek Art, who's in the chat right now. So she's drawing white from the issue 1 cover. Very cool, man. Very flattering. Thank you. That's awesome. That is
such
awesome.
A sweetie.
Yeah, she is. And she's been posting links to Chrono and Black and White. I wrenched the right people. See, you can find good people, Spirits Car. I did wrench a maniac, like a year or so ago too. So, sometimes you got to get burned to find the good ones, but so be it. So be it. It's all good. That's life, right? There's some crappy people, but there's some good people too. So you try to find the good people. All right. Well, oh my gosh, Chrono just went up. I should have did this live. So I'm going to show this off. You guys are awesome. Let's do this. You want to see something, Pamela?
Of course.
Of course there is. I wish I could go back, but yeah, I think is it 2 backers or one big tier? I should write down these numbers, but yeah, it went up significantly. So thank you guys so much. Thank you. Yes. So I guess showing off the statue worked. So I'm gonna do it one more time just so see if it works again. Here's Doug.
In all his glory.
In all his manliness. The best of the bench. The best of the best. Wrench turners that Chrono Inc. has to offer. Actually, I really can't say that about Doug.
Hey.
He'll eventually step up. So yeah, let me see if I can set this down without breaking it. Oh, sucker's heavy too. All right, you guys. So thanks for hanging. Had a bunch of fun. I'm going to go over in about 10 minutes to Charlie's London and hang out with her for an hour or so. Talk about black and white and her new project. And I'm going to peruse real quick in the chat. Oh, yeah, Blue Samurai was on Mike Bancroft's stream last night. So go check out Mike Bancroft. He's got a new project. He's in Indiegogo right now. I think he's like a week out from ending his campaign. And so got to go listening to stories. We'll try to catch some pontificators before Mike Bancroft's stream time. Good night, Art and Pam. Good night, Blue.
Night.
Last night, Pamela, Blue Samurai in his little icon, he had an image from the hunting scene with Oot and Little Oot.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he had it in there. It was awesome.
Aww.
I was looking at that. I was like, holy crap, I know what that is. Oh, that's from CHRONO Mechanics.
Dinner's going to be late again.
That's what I said to him. So Mike Bancroft's a good guy. He's got a project. Is it Lucent? I think I'm kind of blanking right now, so I hope I got that right. Too many things to keep track of.
Lucent? How do you?
I think it's just Lucent.
Lucent?
Let me see, because he deserves better than what I'm doing right now. Let me see if I can find it. I just retweeted. I think it is the Lucent. Lucent. Yeah, so it's Michael Bancroft's The Lucent. You know what? I'm going to share this. What the heck? He was so nice to me yesterday. I'm going to give Michael a shout out. We did a shout out for him on Pontificators a while ago. So thanks for reminding me, Blue Samurai. I'm going to leave you guys with a killer book and a really good guy, Mike Bancroft. I think he does everything on the book. Here it is. So you guys should be seeing Michael Bancroft's new campaign. Yeah, he's only 3 days, you guys. I'm glad I clicked on this because it's not a week, it's 3 days. So he's at 22,745 at this moment in time. He's exceeded his fixed goal of 2,116. He's got 452 backers.
Awesome.
Yeah, and only 3 days, you guys. So get in, back Michael's new book. He's a really good guy. He's got a killer YouTube channel. He hangs out with a bunch of cool guys. I want to do a live stream with Michael, but I want to do it with like Blue Samurai and all those other guys too that were hanging out last night because we had a great time. We ended up talking for maybe a couple hours after the live stream, so that's when you really connect with somebody. And I like this. I think look at that. He's got like a graphic for his UV spot cover. So the light kind of glistens over it. That's pretty cool. All right, you guys. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to bid you adieu. Adieu. Lucent has good art. Yes. Todd says, truth. Lucent, legend. Comics Legend, is there a fan art section for Chrono? There isn't, but if you do fan art, I'll post the heck out of it. And I do have a file that I keep all the fan art. So we could compile it at some point. We could do something with it. So if you do have Chrono art, send it my way. Send it high res, and then I can put it in the file, and we might do something with it in the future. All right, you guys, take care. I'll see you later tonight on Pontificators, and in about 6 minutes, I'll be on Charlie's London stream. So thanks, guys. Take care.